Hey guys, and welcome back to Gardens by Monica, where garden-inspired design meets the interior of your home. This season, if you want to take your garland and make it look full and luxurious, then grab your coffee, because I want to show you how I use some garden-inspired tips to take my budget-friendly garland and make it look full and luxurious. This is going to be part 3 of my holiday decorating series. If you missed parts 1 and parts 2, I'll make sure to link them up here in the cards above. The first one being how to pick out a real Christmas tree, and the second one, how to decorate that Christmas tree. So now let's talk about the garland. All right, so hack number 1 is going to be all about the layers. Just like you think through the layers of your garden is the same way you would think through the layers of your actual garland. So you want to think through what's going to be your base, and then what are going to be the other added textures and colors that you're going to incorporate to add that luxurious full feeling. All right, now we have the fluff. All right, so our next layer is going to be lights. All right, so now the next layer is going to be adding the picks. And I picked these up from Decorator's Warehouse, and I purchased a total of 15 or 20, I can't remember off the top of my head. But that actually takes me to the next hack. So if you have the budget for, let's say, a total of 10 picks, make sure to get the same picks. It makes it look a lot more full and a lot more luxurious and a lot more cohesive if you have the same thing going throughout the entire theme of whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be a wreath, a garland, a Christmas tree, whatever you're decorating, even your garden, right? So if you pick 1 or 2 or 3 plants in a small garden, it looks a lot more cohesive and pulled together than if you were to jam pack a whole bunch of different individuals in there. So that's what we're going to do next. Now these are nice and full and probably a little bit too full. So the nice thing about these is that even though I grabbed, like I said, between 15 and 20, I can actually take my wire cutters and cut these off at the base and have one pick go much further away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to pause working on the garland because what I'm going to switch to now is working on the Christmas trees to see if I can get the Christmas trees and the garland that are sitting right next to each other to look like they're one cohesive unit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this garland that I bought from Amazon that I previously had talked to you about and start weaving it through and wrapping it around the tree to see if the look is actually going to look like what I want it to look like. All right, the key to not making this look stripy is to really make sure you're weaving that garland in and out of the tree and pulling out the flocked pieces up against the non-flocked garland. Let's do the second one. All right, so to me, this is already starting to look a lot more cohesive in terms of the flocked versus the green trees and garland. So now let's head back to working on the garland. This is the biggest challenge to working with anything flocked is the mess that it makes as you're working, but we'll clean that up after ourselves in a little bit. All right, back to working on the garland. So I also bought these picks this year from Decorator's Warehouse. I'm just going to do the same concept. They are nice. Let's see how big. I think that they are 36 and 38 inches long. So it gives me plenty of opportunity to make at least 2, if not 3, different picks out of one. So I'm just going to start adding this to the garland, and I'm also probably going to add some to the Christmas tree because this is what's going to be the thing that ties everything together. If you look, this is also a little bit flocked, and the real Christmas tree is obviously not flocked. So this is going to be the element on there along with some of the ornaments that have flocking on them that's going to start tying everything together in terms of the big theme. All right, so I'm really loving the way this looks. The only thing that I would say is missing at this point is some red, because it is too silvery and too gold standing next to the Christmas tree across the room, which has very traditional decor on it, for it to be a nice cohesive look. So the last step for me is going to be adding the bow. And here's a hack. If you hate ironing as much as I do, just toss your ribbon in the dryer with a damp towel for 5 minutes on medium heat. It comes out smooth and wrinkle-free every time. Now, 2 more hacks that I can think of. One being to make sure that you're editing as you go. So as I was doing this, I was looking at some of the older things that I had, and I noticed that I just need to get rid of some stuff. I had some picks in there and some ribbon in there that have been really, really old and look really bad, and that I'm not going to use again. Or I had some ribbon that is still in its packaging and I've never used, and I've probably had it at this point for 5 or 6 years. I'm just holding on to it. I don't know why. So I just need to get rid of it and get more of the new. So for example, I really love these picks that I used this year. I'm going to go ahead and order more of those from Decorator's Warehouse so that I have more for years to come, and I can use them more throughout other spaces in the house too. And then this way, you can either do it now or you can make a mental note to yourself to do it at the end of the season. If you have the means and the funds to do it now and you won't forget, now is obviously the better option than waiting till later. The other little hack that I had is make sure you have a lot of the basics. So what do I mean by basics? Your solid red, your solid gold, your solid green ornaments, things like that, so that your eye has a place to rest. Sometimes you have a lot of the ornaments that are really, really ornate and they're absolutely gorgeous. I am so drawn to them. But oftentimes, if that's all you have, your tree or your wreath or your garland can look so busy that your eye doesn't even know where to go. So making sure that you have enough of the basics really does help. All right, I'm gonna get this last piece of ribbon on, and then I'm gonna clean up after myself, and then I'm gonna bring you back here and show you what everything looks like in the end and see what you guys think. All right, guys, this has been quite the labor of love today, but I think I really like the spot where we ended. I think it looks really, really good. So let me move you in a little bit closer so you guys can check it out. Now I do need to fix this Christmas tree over here. It was originally working. I don't know what happened. That's somewhere, that middle section right there, the light's blue. So I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I also have ordered some more picks for this Christmas tree over here because I really like the look of that. But other than that, I'm not really sure if I'm going to put any ornaments on them. Leave in the comments below if you guys feel I should leave it with just the picks or if I should add ornaments. What do you guys think? All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and were able to take away some quick tips in terms of how to turn your garland into something that's looking full and luxurious. Let me know in the comments below where you are with your holiday decor. Are you just starting out? Are you finished? Are you halfway through? Because I still feel like I have quite a bit to go. So anyway, if you guys like this sort of content, please make sure to like and subscribe, share with anyone you may feel would also like it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.